It's 2021 live now. I sometimes I don't know if it's my eyes or I see things and I go, oh, that looks like my son, that looks like my nephew, that looks like my dad or brother. Anyway, I'll just comment on yesterday. I'm trying to fix up my Supreme Court documents. On Thursday, I went to see um, solicitor for free legal advice. It's lovely to do that. My sister went to see someone about travel stuff that she hasn't got back, which is a few $1,000s. Anyway, I'm still shoot of this lotto. Technically, there'd be only 5 days left of the statute, but I have filed against Golden Casket now. I found out they're not the lot but Golden Casket. I found out a lot about companies. There is many Golden Caskets. Some have been disbanded, and you actually have to get the um, business number with her. The solicitor got me that. So yeah, I've filed. I insisted on filing, and everything's filed in the Supreme Court, but I've had to get things fixed up. So that's what I've done. Now the paperwork that I've got, the forms, they go, oh, it's like a photocopy. Well, they're not photocopies; they're originals off the internet. Really, I got some of my affidavit stamped, but when it says things like deponent, etc., and their documents for the court, a lot of JPs don't really know what they're doing. I was well, I'll tell you what happened. I went to a community centre. Won't say any names, but there was a social worker who was a JP. She didn't know what to do. So and another person said, "Well, deponent's me," but it is a little confusing. Deponent could be the person acting for me. So I don't know if it's got anything to do with deputy. Anyway, I then went to the courthouse, who normally have JPs, but because of COVID, they shut down. They referred me to the police station next door. I went there. There was a big sign there I was shown to that said no JP service, but the policeman thought that he could still help me. So he got me to sign and he said, no, I can't sign. I then went around the suburb and I went to a chemist who I thought normally would do the job, and they said, no, we won't, because there'd be a big lineup of people if there was anyone here. So I then went to the library and I was given a name and I rang that lady and she said she's very thorough or careful with things and that she would meet me at the shopping centre at 9 o'clock the next day. I actually went out with a friend and it got up to the next day. I went to my dad's house to collect the car, which was, halfway around the block at someone else's house because my dad doesn't want to park at work. It causes a problem where they live, and even though it's his place, but anyway, so then I've decided I'll catch a bus to the shopping centre. I go to the shopping centre, the lady lets me sit down at the coffee tables located around the store. We've got our masks on, but she starts reading and then she sees where I've signed. She says, rip that up. Thinking, no, I'm not going to rip up things that I've copied. There's 3 pages of it. That I'll just keep it and give to my father. But, she was quite pedantic, but she still wouldn't sign the paperwork. And then she was referring me to some bloke. She thought I had a car. I had no car. Then she refers me to a lady. Then I go round the shopping centre and I do find out where I went to the centre management. There was no JPs there. Even though I said to the lady, are you there used to be JPs here, my dad used to do it. She said, I am the JP for here. So even the centre management or the information ladies didn't know there was a JP. Anyway, it's very hard to get a JP these days, but I know you can actually do it by looking at a website. Because the secretary of the JPs in the area actually finally got back to me because I rang a guy in the area. Then he said, because I couldn't get to him on time, I could get this other lady, and this other lady said I could call her on Monday. But I feel like I've got the stuff done now. I hope it's all right. And she directed me to the website. And in short, I actually went to a chemist at the shopping centre who just looked at the stuff and signed it. So there you go. It took me 2 days just to get paperwork signed. It took me a couple of hours to type it up, and that was my fixing up of my Supreme Court forms, which are already filed, but I've put them on one paper. And the only thing that I corrected was the name of the company from the lot to Golden Casket. And I did serve Golden Casket on the over the internet, like they said I could do with the papers that I gave to the Supreme Court. So I'm hoping that's okay. Because basically, what stand is what I gave them earlier. I guess I would like to add some more things, and I believe you can add more things when the hearing happens. But basically, that's what I did. So they know that there is a hearing on the 3rd of February. So, anyway, it's the best I can do. Basically, I won and lost a ticket, and I believe Golden Casket didn't want to pay me because if you don't get everything exactly right, they don't have to pay you. So they're a bunch of codswallop. But anyway, I'm trying to state my case and see that the details that I've always told them were the details of the winning ticket, and then I'll wish to claim. Be well, everyone.